Welcome to the training, everyone. This is our Monday evening champion success training. And so I'm going to start off with this quote: success is a planned event, meaning that we have a responsibility in it. So that means we need to prepare, we need to strategize, we need to think in advance about what we're going to do. We need to have an idea of what our goal is. And more importantly, we must be committed to follow it through to the end. And so success training is about entrepreneurship training, it's about team building, it's about mindset. I've always said that what's most important about a program is that people understand what the program is about, that people have an understanding and they can see the big picture as to where this program can take them. You know, it's really interesting. I was just thinking before we started the call, when I first got started marketing online and, started doing networking. And, the first year, I didn't make any money. But I knew I had to do something. I was in the construction business and things weren't going well. I was doing the end of the last recession and I had to do something. And so I just stayed at it and kept working at it. And you know what happened, ladies and gentlemen? I didn't just make a little bit of money. I made $100,000. When I achieved success doing what we're doing now, I just went straight to six figures. But it didn't happen overnight. It's because I stayed in there and I kept on working at it. And even when things didn't look good, because I almost lost my house to foreclosure, I did not quit. And all of a sudden, bam, I made my first 100,000 working online. And from that point on, it's been phenomenal. And so if you focus in and you don't quit, you give yourself a chance to go through the learning curve, because many of you may have never done anything like this before. You've got to go through the learning curve. That's part of the process. All right. So let's get right into it. All right. So tonight we're going to talk about the power of one. I think you're going to find this very interesting. And we're going to talk about the 5 steps to success. All right. The power of $1, and the 5 steps to success. All right. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So the power of $1, unleashing the surprising power of small financial actions. And so if you didn't know it, this is a $1 a day program, ladies and gentlemen, $33 a month. It's a $1 a day program. What does that mean? That means that it's affordable. It's affordable for most people around the world. But the thing is, you need to understand, and you've got to be able to see the big picture, because what's so interesting about this platform is that anybody can afford it. The only thing that would stop a person from being successful here is their mindset and their daily practices. And so the longer you hang in here, guess what? Your mindset is going to come around. And if you don't quit and you start applying some of the things that we are teaching and that you're learning, you're going to begin to see results. All right. So now what I want to do here is just talk about the power of one and how it can change a life. I want you to think about what I'm about to say right now. One compassionate word can brighten someone's day. One random act of kindness can start a chain reaction that touches many lives. And one small step forward can lead to major changes. How many of you would agree with that? Go ahead and put your hand up if you're on the screen. Okay. Now, here's the thing I want you to know, which is very important here. In one community of remarkable people can spark a movement that can change an industry. We're talking about the transportation industry right now, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so now to help you understand this and the power of one, you need to understand the concept of leverage. What is it and how can you use it to take you to the next level, those 6 figures and those 7 figures and beyond? All right. So let's go ahead and get into it. And by the way, pay close attention because there will be a quiz at the end of this 4-minute video. Let's get into it.
Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Tired of doing the same thing over and over again? What if there's a better way? Well, my friend, there is. But first, let me let you in on a big secret. It's a concept that highly successful people are using. This is what I call the concept of leverage. Let me start with the definition of income. Well, you know the formula. It's income equals rate times time, right? Say your rate is $10 per hour, so If you work 8 hours, then you get paid $80. Pretty simple, huh? Now, what do people do to try to increase their income? They increase their time. So, some people work more hours or get 2 jobs. But what the real majority of people do to try to increase their income is to increase their rates. This is the main reason why we are told to get a good education so we'll get a good job. So people try to get promoted, some pursue better careers, or maybe take an MBA or PhD. All these strategies simply to increase the rates. This is what I call the employee mindset. Now, I'm not saying there's something wrong with this. What I'm just saying is there is a better way. Let me talk to you about the new mindset, the leverage mindset, or what I call the entrepreneur mindset. Let's step back for a while to see the difference. Again, income equals rate times time. Here's the enlightened definition of income. It is income equals rate times time times leverage. What is leverage? Leverage is something that you use to gain maximum advantage. Let's say you want to move a huge stone. You use a lever. This is the same principle when you have a flat tire. You don't use your hands to lift the car, right? You use the jack. So basically, you leverage your efforts through the lever or a jack. And this is what the concept of leverage is all about. It's all about leveraging your efforts. Now, let's take a look at some of the most successful people and see how they leverage. Business owners. Business owners or entrepreneurs leverage their income through their employees. Let's say you as a business owner has 100 people. Then you are basically leveraging your income through those 100 employees. One of the richest men during his time has profoundly put the concept of leverage in a single statement. J. Paul Getty said, "I'd rather have 1% of the efforts of 100 people than 100% of my own efforts." Now, let's take a look at investors. Investors leverage their income through their money to invest in companies who in turn leverage through their employees that create sales. Even superstars leverage too. Superstars leverage their income through their skills that allow them to earn endorsement income. Like if you're LeBron James, from the numbers of shoes sold, or if you're Lady Gaga, from the number of records sold. So there you go. The highly successful people who are financially secured increase their income not by focusing on increasing their rates or time, but by increasing the leverage. On the other hand, employees basically do not have leverage income because their income is based on their own efforts. So leverage equals 1, and therefore income equals rate times time.
I get it now. It's a very enlightening concept. But how can I create leverage income? And where do I start?
Are you ready to get out of your cave?
All right, all right. So that was very, very interesting, very insightful as well. But I want to see how many of you learned anything from that four-minute video. So let me ask you, I want you to raise your hand if you can answer this question. What is the benefit of leverage? All right. Go ahead and raise your hand and give you the opportunity to answer. What is the benefit of leverage? All right. Or another way of saying it, what can leverage do for you? All right. Let's see if anybody can answer that. You can go ahead and raise your hand if you believe that you can answer that. What can leverage do for you? All right. So that was a short video, 4 minutes. You should have been able to concentrate on that, but I'm going to help you with the first answer. All right. Leverage gives you a maximum advantage. Rather than you or I doing it on our own, we use leverage to get a maximum advantage. So just think about that stick that you would use to move that boulder. That stick, that leverage is going to make it easier for you and I to be able to do that. All right, let's go to the second question and see if you can get this. All right, second question. How do highly successful people create leverage? All right, let's see if anyone can answer that. How do highly successful people create leverage? Think about it. We saw some examples in the call, in the video there. How do highly successful people create leverage? Can anybody answer that? All right, let's go to David. All right, David, you are unmuted.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I sure can. Welcome to the call.
Yes, they do it by engaging others
They do it
in the
by
common
engaging.
goal.
Yes. So they do by engaging others. Sometimes they use something that starts with an E. What are those people called?
Employees.
Employees. Sometimes they use something that starts with an M. What is that called? You keep it in your pocket. You keep it in your wallet.
Membership.
No, you keep it in your wallet. You spend it when you go to the store.
Money. Money.
Yes, sir. So they leverage they leverage employees, they leverage money. But another thing that we are able to leverage, we're able to leverage our partnerships and our connections, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Let's go ahead and go to the third question. Let's see if anybody can get it. So let me ask you a question, ladies and gentlemen. If it costs $1 a day and it took you 1 year to create leverage, the kind of leverage that could produce $1,000 a month for you, $2,500 a month, $4,000, $7,000, even $10,000 a month, would it be worth the cost of $1 a day if it took you 1 year? Would it be worth it? All right, let me see some hands. Let me see some hands. Would it be worth it at the cost of $1 a day, less than the cost of a cup of coffee? $1 a day is money you're going to spend anyway and probably not even know what you did with it. Would it be worth it for you to spend that $1 a day and for it to take a year for you to accomplish that goal of residual income? All right, let's go to Deidre. Okay, Deidre, you're unmuted. Would it be worth it to you?
Absolutely.
Definitely. Let me ask you a question. Do you spend money sometimes and don't even know what you did with it?
Yes, I do.
And do you sometimes maybe spend a little more than what you had planned or expected to spend?
Yes, I do. Yes.
And so it's so interesting because it's not about the money. That's going to take me to this next point here, ladies and gentlemen. I want to talk about the power of partnership. Now, this short video is actually about another industry, but it could apply to no matter what industry that you're talking about. Let's go ahead and watch this short video. It's only 1 minute long.
In today's changing world, our challenges are new and different. Alone, we can only achieve so much, but together, the possibilities are endless. It takes trust to take a leap, commitment to conquer our challenges, and harmony to produce a masterpiece. Coming together is a beginning. Innovating and delivering in partnership is success. Our bold spirit drives exploration. Our curiosity keeps us pushing, innovating. We collaborate to unlock potential. Join us to shape the future.
All right, so now that video, it refers to solar, but it doesn't matter, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to think about it. Can anyone really achieve extraordinary success by themselves? No, you can't do it. It always requires a team. It requires some type of partnership. You're going to need some kind of help somewhere. This is the interesting thing about economic power. It's the team sport, ladies and gentlemen. I submit to you, it's a team sport. Economic power is achieved through partnership. How many of you would agree with that? Raise your hands. Most people don't know that the ability to create wealth is at their fingertips. We've got the ability to create wealth. Why? First of all, it doesn't take that much money. It takes partnership and it takes a mindset. All right? It's the ability of individuals, companies, countries to improve their standard of living. It increases freedom to make decisions that benefit the participants and reduces the ability of outside forces to hinder them. I want you to think about the wealthiest community in the world today, all right? It happens to be a certain ethnic group. I'm not even going to mention them, but one of the reasons why they are the wealthiest in the world is because they intentionally do business with one another. You have to catch that piece. And so all we're doing here is looking for people who get it. We're not even worried about the people who don't get it. We're looking for people who get it, because we're not talking about life-changing amounts of, the cost is not life-changing. It's extremely affordable. In fact, it's so little that some people think it's not even real. That's all we're doing. And we just continue, rinse and repeat, get the message out, and the community just continues to grow. The only thing that would stop this program of not growing on your behalf is if you quit. All right. So let me do this. And I want to just go ahead and bring on a few people just to share some thoughts. Does anybody have any thoughts about what I just said? It's not about the money. We're already spending the money. It's about the partnership, ladies and gentlemen. It's about the mindset, because we can see here what just $1 a day can do for a person. This is why you don't want to quit. Even if you're doing some other things, you don't want to quit this. All right, let's continue forward. Hold on. All right. And I just want to come on down here, and I'm going to just bring a couple of people on there just to share some thoughts. I'm going to go ahead and bring on my good friend, Alan. And Alan, I want to bring you on to share some thoughts concerning economic power and partnership.
Hey, absolutely. Can you hear me okay?
I sure can. Welcome to the call.
Hey, welcome. When you think about economic power and partnership, you talk about team together, everyone achieves more. But I also make you think of the cash flow quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki. If you think of the cash flow quadrant, if you think of the E, it stands for employee. You could go out there. Most people are taught to go out there, get an education and get a good job. And there's nothing wrong with, having a job, because we've all been there. But at the same time, you're trading hours for dollars, right? And it doesn't matter if you make $100 an hour. If something was to happen and you're not able to go to work for that hour, guess what? You don't get paid. And in today's world and economy, we know that you could get fired, let go, laid off at any given moment. There's no security, right? The second, if you over the cash flow quadrant, still to the left, is self-employed. Now, we think about a self-employed person, think about a barber, think about a stylist, think about somebody that has a craft or a trait that they're out here doing, and they're still trading time for money. You could be the best hairstylist in the world. And what would happen if you got carpal tunnel and you could no longer do somebody's hair anymore? Your income would cease to start to exist. So you want to go from the left side. You can still be rich on the left side, but you want to go to the right side, because with the right side becomes wealth and the ability to be able to leverage your efforts. So when you think about the B, is for a business owner, but not just a business owner, because trust me, guys, I had a major burger franchise that I paid $370,000 for. The franchise fee alone was $50,000. And I literally bought myself a job, because when I couldn't hire a manager, guess who had to go in there and work and open that store up and close that store in the middle of the night, exhausted. I don't know if you ever have the feeling of washing dishes and you're tired and that feeling. But we're talking about a big business owner, meaning somebody like McDonald's that have several franchises all across the world. The worker working at McDonald's, he may not even know how to flip a burger. In fact, McDonald's has a system so well put together, and system simply stands for save yourself time, effort, and money, that even the janitor that's cleaning and mopping the floor can hear that buzzer go off on them fries, take them fries out, dump them in the pan and hit it with that sugar, And what that is that salt that everybody want on their fries. Don't let your fries don't have no salt. You may turn around and go back, Don't let your fries be cold. But all I'm saying is that was able to leverage the efforts. You think that CEO had to worry about waking up and going down there and working, punching the clock? No. He leveraged, the more businesses he has, the more money that he's actually able to make. And then at the bottom right, we all call it an investor, right? Now, an investor allows his money to work for you. Now, when you think about what $1 a day, $365 a year, to be able to create what we call residual income. So many people are used to residual bills. That's when bills keep coming month after month after month. You might be like, dang, I just paid this bill. Well, guess what? You paid it late, right? Just kidding, right? But all we have the ability to go out there to build up several key My Car Club members are like mini micro franchises all across the world. So now you're not the sole person responsible for your income. You got people in Africa or in Australia, in the UK, in Colombia, South America. I mean, you name it, that is out here all because of something that you start. So what we're trying to teach you guys today is understanding the currency, understand the money flows, because guess what? Money is simply passed from one hand to the other. If you don't understand currency, all it's going to do is just flow right by you at the end of the day. So with that being said, guys, I'm gonna give it right back to you, Mark.
All right, thank you. I really, really appreciate that. And of course, I'm going to bring Carlos on to share some thoughts on this as well. And if you have some comments concerning this, we are going to move to something else in a minute. But if you have some thoughts concerning this, we'll give you an opportunity to share your thoughts as well. And Carlos, how are you doing this evening, sir?
Awesome, awesome, Mark. Thank you so much for this amazing training. And I just tell everybody in the groups, I'm connected to, even myself, I would not miss this kind of training at all. I make it a point to be in every single training, regardless. I tell people, even though my success has got me to where I'm at, I'll be a lifetime student. I'll always be a lifetime student. And if you talk to a lot of successful people, millionaires, billionaires, that's what they have in common. They'll never stop learning. That's one thing they'll do. And they'll tell you they will never, ever stop learning. There's always going to be that person that will find a way, a better way. That's just the nature. That's the law of nature. There's always a better way. And so I personally, it's so important, so important that everybody take advantage of these training sessions every single week. This is part of your $33 a month. Don't just take this as a membership. Also, the most powerful thing next to leverage is partnership. I was even talking about this today, so it's interesting you bring this up because it's true. Group economics is the most powerful thing. The government is constantly fighting us to keep us divided because of that reason. They know that the power is in the people. It's not no paper money with a president's face on it. That doesn't give money power. It's us, the people, who give money power. So when you start to understand that, you're going to start to realize these trainings are that powerful, where you guys are involved, not just in a $33 deal. It's bigger than that. Mark even said it, man. We got an opportunity to disrupt a entire industry here. Right now, I'm finding myself on three ways, not with just regular people, with owners of dealerships. Why? Because they're starting to see what we're really about. What we're really about is that group economics. The dealership is still going to get their money the way they always got it, but they just never knew there was another way. And they're starting to look at us because, okay, so the banks won't work with my customer. Oh, okay, their credit union won't work with my customer. Oh, wow, what about this group? This crowdfunding group, this club that's helping people get into cars, that's an alternative option for my customers. So even dealerships are starting to look at what we have here. So great job, Mark. Continue the training. And I'm telling everybody, you guys, you cannot put a price to this kind of training.
Awesome. Thank you. Let's go ahead and go to Lady V. I saw your hand up. We'll give you the opportunity to share some thoughts as well. And good evening, Lady V. How are you?
Good evening. I'm doing great. Actually, my hand was up because you said raise your hand because you had a question. I really didn't have anything to say. I'm actually eating at the time, but the training is awesome. I wouldn't miss it. I missed it this morning accidentally, but one of my people called me and said, girl, that training was off the chain. She said, you can't miss the next one. So I'm here. But thank you so much. I don't have anything to say, but the training is awesome.
Thank you. Good hearing your voice. All right, let's go ahead and go to David. David, you wanted to comment?
Yes.
Yes, Mark, real quick. I'm gonna be real quick. Think about this. I want the people to think about this. All of us have bank accounts. Am I correct?
Yes.
With this program, we're talking $1 a day for this program. Everybody puts their money in the bank and let it sit there for other people to use their money. Think about that. You put your money in the bank for other people to use your money for their business ideas. And I just want that to sink in. And all we're talking about here is putting your money in a program for $1 a day, and you work your business. That's all I want to say.
All right, absolutely, absolutely. And at some point, I'll get in and we'll start talking about the advantages of tax advantages of having a home-based business. The advantages are tremendous, tremendous. The amount of money that you can save is absolutely tremendous. If I told you how much money I made last year, it's a lot of money, but here's the great thing. I didn't have to pay any taxes. In fact, I got a sizable tax refund, ladies and gentlemen, from the federal and the state. Why? Because when you have a business, you have a tremendous amount of tax deductions. I want you to think about this. We had a president who made $1 billion and paid a very small amount of money in taxes when he was president. Why is that? Because he understands the tax system. You and I have the ability to take advantage of that very same system. We just need the knowledge and the education. Most people on this call probably don't even understand the tax advantages we have when you signed up for this program. The money you pay every month for that subscription, that's tax deductible. You're using your computer right now. Part of that is tax deductible. Your cell phone, all right? Many of us have cars. That car, it's tremendous amount of savings. This is way more than just the money that we're making from the direct bonus, the residual. It's way bigger than that. And so this is part of the understanding that people need to have. Okay, so let me just do this. I saw one other thing that I wanted to do here really quick. All right. Oh, I'm going to give you a term I want you to research. Go ahead and write this down. Go ahead and write this down. It's called auto subscription program. Go ahead and write it down. Auto subscription program. Did you know that there was such a thing as an auto subscription program? Most people don't know anything about it because it's for high net worth individuals, people who have $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 that they can just set aside, give to a car dealer, and that enables them to use a car for 30 days and then switch it out for the next 30 days and switch it out. They can drive as many cars as they want every 30 days. It's called an auto subscription program, but you need a ton of money. You need good credit. We have a program here where you don't need a ton of money. You don't necessarily need spectacular credits. All you need is the willingness to be able to share the program, and you can do something phenomenal here. And not only just drive a nice car, you can create some long-term residual income for yourself and your family. You can create some daily income for yourself and your family. You can take advantage of tremendous tax deductions, ladies and gentlemen, all because you understand how it works, all because you have an understanding. They say that most people die from lack of knowledge. This is why these trainings are so important to help you understand what you've got your hands on. Okay, so let's continue on. Thank you to all the speakers and all those who made comments. Let's talk about the roadmap to success, because it's very simple. It's 5 super simple steps to succeed here, ladies and gentlemen. And by the way, we've got a fast track training video that was created by Alan Jones. I'm going to show you the video link toward the end of this. If you haven't watched it before, you need to watch it, you need to study it, and you need to follow it. You need to implement it. All right, what are these 5 simple steps? The first step is for you and everybody that joins the program to achieve that $275 fast track bonus as soon as possible. People need to hit the ground right away. They need that positive reinforcement. They need to make money right away. When you refer someone in the program, you want to work with them, make sure they follow that fast track training so they can hit the ground running and get that $275. What does that mean? that means they are already in profit. One of the things I like about this program is that nobody gets hurt over here. The cost to get involved is reasonable. What a person pays every month is reasonable. Nobody gets hurt here because this is not an investment program. It's a subscription program. So that's the first goal. Get to that 275. If you've been dragging your feet, go ahead and get it done. Go watch that training and implement what you hear. The second goal is to refer 2 more members so that you can generate enough income to purchase that 1-year membership. I asked you earlier, would you spend $1 a day? And if it took you 1 year to create that residual income, would it be worth it? Absolutely. So give yourself 1 year. How do you do that? You don't have to dig in your pocket to do that. You can do that out of your earnings. When you refer 3 within the first 30 days and then 2 more, you've got more than enough money to pay that subscription for an entire year. Now you don't even have to worry about it. And the whole thing, everything you spent is tax deductible. All right, let's continue on. You want to work with your team to do the same. You want to make sure you're plugged in with your team. You want their phone numbers. You should have their email address. I'm talking specifically about the people you personally refer. And if you're able to get the contact information of some of the people that they refer, you can do that as well. But you need to treat that as gold. You want to make sure that you handle them appropriately, no cross recruiting. Okay. Next thing, you want to achieve that $300 monthly residual. Why? Because you will be halfway to your goal. We found that when people get to that level, it doesn't take long for them to qualify for the car. So these are positive reinforcements and steps that you want to get to because it's going to encourage you to move forward. So you've got to have tunnel vision. If you want to really set this thing off right, you want to have tunnel vision in the very beginning so that you can accomplish these goals. You don't want to be distracted. You've got to avoid distraction for a season until you get to where you need to be within the program. And of course, the next step would be to get the car. All right, so let's go ahead and look at it a little closely. So it's all about, we work as a group of people, and as we work, we all go up. All right, so let's talk about the foundation, because there is a foundation here. And I want you to think about like you're building a building. The most important part of that building is that foundation. Listen, it's got to be correct. It's got to be done right. It's got to be, the measurements and everything have got to be right. Now, I kind of know a little bit about this because I was a carpenter. I was a union carpenter for many, many years. It's got to be perfectly square. All right. Otherwise, the house is going to be crooked. All right. So the foundation has got to be built right. All right. So what is the foundation? I'm going to show you the foundation right here. You want to bring in those 3 and you want to work. You want to bring in those 3 so you can make that 275, right? And then you want to work with those 3 so that they can each bring in 3 so they can make the 275. That's 12 members. That's your foundation right there. This is what you want to focus on when you first get in the program. You want to get this done. Keep your head down until this is done. All right, because this is going to set you off. The first thing here is that at this point, it's not you working by yourself now. It's you plus 12 people. All right. From there, I'm going to show you what you want to do. All right. So you brought in your 3. You work with them so they can each bring in 3, but you don't want to stop. Excuse me. You don't want to stop. You want to bring in 2 more. You're going to take one and place them under the first person, take one and place one under the next person. You're going to contact that person and let them know you place someone in their team. So you can do that using the placement tool. You get the direct bonus, but they get the count. In fact, you both get the count, right? So you place them under one of the people you personally refer. You contact that person and tell them, hey, listen, I just placed someone in your team. Make sure you get your 3 so you can take advantage of what that person. So what that person does is going to benefit you. All right. So that becomes a win-win. So now you have 3 people on your first level, but you've personally referred 5. We want to teach everybody to do that. Why? Because it's going to enable you to get to the car faster. All right. So we talked about that. You referred 3, you got the 275, you referred 2 more. Guess what? Now you have 385. That's enough money for you to pay your subscription for an entire year. So now you don't have to worry about it anymore. You paid for it out of your earnings. All right. So this is important because you want to give yourself an entire year to get qualified. You take that pressure off of you, and now you just focus in on building their community. All right. And so now I want you to remember, you have 3 people on your first level, but you personally referred 5. All right. All 5 of those are direct to you. And we're teaching them to duplicate. So they're all bringing in 5. And the people that they refer, they're bringing in 5. So what does that mean? Bam. You have a team of 155, more than enough to qualify for the car, which is 120. All right. So that is another way that you can build this and you can explode this program. But the key here is that you want to stay focused and avoid distraction. All right. I want you to go ahead and take a screenshot of this. This is the fast track training. It's created by Alan. And take a screenshot of that, and you can go to that Vimeo page and you can watch this. And I think he even has another one that he's created out there. We'll make sure that everyone has access to that. But if you have not qualified for the fast track bonus yet, you want to watch that. If you are stuck, you want to watch that. All right. And so listen, we've all been at the point where everything just seemed to slow down. All right. But the thing is, we didn't give up. All right. I want to have Carlos talk about that. Have you experienced that, Carlos?
You know, Mark, you know, people see us, right? And they see, wow, man, those guys are successful. Look what they've done. But they don't understand that Mark, myself, Alan, we all had a beginning. We all had a first day. And so we all definitely have gone through this multiple and multiple times and time again and time again and time again. I'll take it a step further. We achieved, you know, we agreed to work with these companies. We achieved our side of the agreement, and then they fail us. And so now we have to what? Start again. And we do it. We start again and start again. Why? Why do we do it? Because the power of leverage. That's why we do it. We understand whatever successful person you speak to, they will tell you that their biggest income comes from some kind of system that they're leveraging. You'll never hear a successful person as an employee. That's never going to happen. So it is so important. That's why I'm excited about MyCarClub. It's not just us bringing a solution to the second largest expense in any household, but we're here to train. We're here to work with your mindset. We're going to give you strategies. We're going to be here to support you. I tell you what, Mark and I first got started. None of this was available. None of it. And things are going to slow down. But guess what? You don't give up. You're going to find other ways. You're going to find, I just got a phone call. Hey, Carlos, this is a guy that signed up 2 months ago. And I've been dripping on him, and hey, how you doing? Hey, just giving you a update. This is what's happening with me. We're still here. Hey, things have gotten better. So I'm just updating, but he's already taken action. This isn't somebody that hasn't not joined. This is someone that joined and paid. So of course I'm gonna pay attention. And guess what? He calls me back the other day. He surprised me because Mark was there in that Zoom. And we got these 16 big leaders, each one representing a country. And like now they started inputting members. And guess what? They got 500 members ready to get started.
Well,
so things slow down. You may think things are slowing down, but things are happening behind the scenes. Things are happening. And the most important thing is for you never to give up. Not only don't give up, but keep your posture, confidence level, keep it high. Especially now, we're at the very beginning. I love it when Alan reminds us and me, hey, this is just the beginning. What do you think 12 months from now is going to look like? What do you think is going to happen here when we got 100 qualified achievers? And that is what keeps me going. And it keeps us leaders going because we can see 12 months from now, 6 months from now. If you need like a dangling carrot to keep you moving, keep that thought going. Oh, how is my car club gonna look like after these two major these events in the US? After that, what is my car club gonna look like in the holiday season of this year? You know, if you need to do that practice, I tell people, look, open up your figment of imagination side of your brain, the child inside of you, have them come out and start visioning, be imaginative, you know, that is so important. And we call it vision, but honestly, we're just getting our childhood back out, right? And the imaginative side of our brain working, and is giving us a colorful future to strive for. Very important, amazing training.
I'm going to bring Alan on, and Alan, I want you to talk about two things. First one, have you ever been stuck in the program, and how did you approach it? And the second question is this: what do you think about these co-owners and this management team, man? And Alan, are you there?
Hey, I'm here, Mark. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Well,
But Alan, please let everybody know how long you've been in the industry as well. You
well,
look kind of
definitely.
young.
So, man, I actually, thinking about it, man, I've been in this industry. What is it, going on about 15 years now? And, I can remember, being a skeptical college student when I was introduced to this opportunity, right? Now, to go to Mark's question directly, when I've been in companies before, and even in my car club where, yes, I have got stuck, right? And let me tell you what happens, and this happens to everybody, right? And it deals with our mindset. We get excited. We run and tell a lot of our friends and our family and people that we know. We get a lot of responses. And what happens? Sooner or later, we may sign up a handful of people, or it may seem like nobody wants to do the business. Now, when you get to that point, here's what we call, peaks and valleys. When you're in the valley, you think that nobody's going to join. What you got to understand is that you have to play what I like to call the law of average. See, if this business made sense to you, I can assure you that it's going to make sense to somebody else. See, we're only looking for people that are looking for us. So how do you beat that? How do you combat that? Well, first is the vision. The reason why I always mention vision on every single time that I get on one of these Zooms is because you truly have to see the end from the beginning. You can just imagine when somebody said, what's the best way to eat an elephant, right? And the answer is one bite at a time. See, if you're going out there sharing this opportunity with at least one or two people a day, right? Let's say one or two people a day. Then at the end of the month, you're going to share it with 30 to 60 people. 2 months, 120 people. 3 months, 180 people. You see where I'm going? That much exposure, you're going to have people signing up and joining. But here's what I can assure you. Here's what I can promise you. That if you don't share this opportunity with nobody, guess what? Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. See, when they say Rome wasn't built overnight, it simply means that, hey, we got to go out here. We got to build this company up brick by brick. There's going to be days that you're going to get no. I mean, we're the best leader in the world. And trust me, I get told no. Matter of fact, I seen a guy that I talked about this opportunity to, and he did not join the opportunity. And it's ironic that he ends up being a car salesman right now. And I told him about the opportunity. He still said no. I said, man, you know what? Refer me to another person in your dealership that want to make commissions, real money, and things of that nature. But one of the things that I'm saying to you guys is that being told no is just part of the equation. I used to have my team go out there and say, hey, who can go out there and get the most no's? And they'd be like, why the most no's? Because the more no's that you get, the closer you're going to get to a yes. Going back, we're only looking for people that's looking for us. The most people the maximum amount or minimum amount of people, the minimum amount of people that you need to make it to the top of the compensation plan. Let me repeat that. The minimum amount of people to make it to hundreds of thousands of dollars a month that you need to personally enroll in this company is 6. It's 6, guys. 6 people. The minimum amount of people that you need to enroll to qualify for the car is 3 people. Think about that. 3 people. See, what happens is if your mindset is not strong, the first time somebody that has some influences over you or somebody that, may say something to you, they're gonna say something that's gonna discourage you. And they're gonna talk you out of your dreams and goals and ambition. And it typically is the people that we care about are the people that are closer to us. Because unfortunately, everybody doesn't have your same vision, and that's okay. As long as that you have the vision, you can go out there and share this opportunity. Each day is a new day that you can share this opportunity with somebody else, right? And like we said, if it took you a year, is it worth it? Absolutely yes. So one of the first things that when I first got started in this industry, just being transparent, I did my research. Okay. I seen a couple of websites out there that had some negative reviews and things of that nature, but I also was very familiar with that website and the person that writes the blogs behind that website. And I know that this person is very negative when it comes to, network marketing or MLM companies, and they write a negative review on every single network marketing company. But one of the best quotes that stand out to me is that there is no successful business in the industry think about this. There's no successful business in all of the world, in any industry, that has not been ridiculed with failures. See, guys, we got to go out there and be able to fail our way to success. Unfortunately, it's no straight line.
Mhm.
I went out there and paid $370,000 to open up a franchise, and I failed. I failed. I ended up having to sell the franchise. I only got back $160,000. But I don't look at it as a failure because guess what? I'm not a failure. I'm just learning the lesson that I need. And I can assure you that the next time I go out there, if I ever choose to open up a franchise, it will be one of the most successful franchises in the world. You know why? Because I know all the things of what not to do. I know what to expect. I know where places I can save money. And that goes for any business. If you ever went out there and tried to open up a business and it failed, guess what? That's part of the learning curve. So when I looked at the owners and I seen that yes, that some of the business ventures failed, guess what? It's okay because they was that much closer to having success. See, when people have went through the trials and tribulations, and I will say this, guys, I'm not going to preach, but a faith untried and tested cannot be trusted. That means if you've never been through anything to know what not to do, then it's hard. It's hard, guys. And I'm just saying it because I want you to really think about that. Whenever you failed at something and it was a major failure, it is definitely something that you learn from. So what do? You go back and do it again. And there's so many stories that we could go out there of famous people that have failed several times on their quest to success. Because remember, all it takes is how many times to be successful? One time. So you went out there and you worked your entire life and you worked multiple jobs. There's jobs that you worked that you didn't like. There's jobs that you worked that you got fired, let go, laid off. It's been that way. But guess what? Never once did you stop working because, you got fired and say, hey, you know what? This job thing don't work. You went out there, you looked for it, and you went out there and you found a better job or something that suits you. Now, one of the things that people fail to do is sometimes they fail to not, and I'm using reverse psychology, give up on their dreams. See, if you had dreams and goals and things of that nature, you got to understand where you're at the point in time right now as we're on this Zoom is a direct result of all the decisions that you've made so far leading up to this point. And where you're going to be in the next year to 5 years to 10 years is going to be a direct result of all the decisions that you make going forward. So if you make the decision and you tell yourself that, hey, you know what, I'm going to go out here and I'm going to have success in this MyCarClub opportunity, guess what? You're absolutely right. But if you go out there and you tell yourself that you're not going to be successful, I can't get nobody to sign up, it doesn't work for me. Guess what? Unfortunately, you're absolutely right. Because whatever you tell yourself is whatever you're going to believe, because the power lies in your mind. So when I've talked to these owners and I've seen their ability to want to make this their legacy company, I felt that. I felt that. See, they understood that in the previous companies that they got, the one that's still working and having success, they know that it's not a longevity in that play. So they want to come over here to the United States with the millions and millions of dollars that they have and want to make a true successful company. And because of that, I hooked them up with some of the top people in the industry that works behind the scenes in a lot of successful network marketing companies. Matter of fact, one of the consultants, he was the first person in the industry to ever have 1 million people in his downline. 1 million people in his downline. And this company was all in. They was all in. They were truly, truly are in this for the long haul. I can assure you that. The American bank accounts that they got, the things that they're setting up, the things on the back end that you guys don't even know and haven't even realized yet. I mean, if you go to your website right now, go to your website right now and look where it says the address of the office. Go to your page, go look at it, pull up your phone. So I trust these guys because they have done everything that they said they was going to go out here and do, accomplish, and have done that. Everything from the app, everything from, placement, from finding solutions. So think about that. There's not a successful business out here that's not ridiculed with failures along the way. It's okay. We're going to fight bumps and bruises and things of that nature. But at the end of the day, what? A faith untried and tested can't be what? Trusted. So we're going to go out here and we're going to take this company all the way to the top, because remember, we represent the company as well. So any suggestions that each and every single one of you guys have, hey, add them. Because even though we're doing this individually, everybody has dreams and goals for their own family and things of that nature. But we all got to come together for one common cause, right? To make sure that we have a successful company that it can sustain for several years to come. And just to think, the number one income earner in this company hasn't even been sponsored yet. Think about that. The number one income earner in this company hasn't even been sponsored, which simply means there are going to be some people that come in this company in 2024, and 2025, and 2026, and they're going to take this thing all the way into the top. The question is, are they going to come in under you? Because if you don't share with nobody, then nobody can even join you. So we got a really good thing here, guys. So don't get confused about the state of the company, because it's the worst that it would ever look. It's only getting better and better and better. You don't wait till something is complete. You can't board the plane when it's already in the air. Matter of fact, you can't board the plane when you're 15 minutes late, right? So what I mean by that, guys, we have a first-class ticket to this MyCarClub opportunity. It don't get no better than that. And each and everybody has always said, I wish I was at the beginning of the company. Do you really? Because at the beginning, it's going to be tough. There's going to be challenges, but you got to be able to endure past the challenges to make it, because the average person don't like change very well. People don't like change. We could go from $33 to $35 and half the people would quit. Why? People naturally don't like change very well. It's just wired in our human DNA. Come on now. We will go out there and pick an item off the shelf because it's a penny cheaper. So all I'm just saying is, don't allow the things around us to cause you to miss out on your goals because you let yourself get distracted. Stay the course. And it's only going to be because of mindset. Back to you, Mark.
All right. Man, I really appreciate that. I want to challenge everybody to see if you can identify the spirit of the owners and the corporate staff. Can't you see that they're genuine? Can you see that? So we have Ken on the calls, and we've got Sweater on the calls. We've got Paul. We got Rayhan. Okay, can't you see how genuine that the people are that that are managing this company? And so I have to tell you this: Now, of course, I've met them all in person. I met them and the entire corporate staff. I stayed there for a week. I was in Dubai. And I have to tell you this, man, I did not see or feel anything that caused me any concern. In fact, it was the complete opposite. I felt completely at home, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about a corporate team of multiple nationalities, ethnic groups from different parts of the world. But they are all connected like this, and they've been working together for years. And they're not brand new. They are seasoned veterans. How do you know? You got to listen between the lines. These are seasoned veterans. Let me tell you why I'm doing MyCarClub. It's really simple. I like it. I like it. There's a whole other thing.
I love it. I love it. This is
Yes,
there's killing it.
there's a whole lot of things we could be doing, folks. You know, we've all got plenty of opportunities and things that we could be doing, but I decided that I wanted to do this, and it's for one reason. I like it. How about you, Carlos?
Exactly. No, that's the reason why I'm here. I really like the model. I like where they're heading. I like that we get to help a lot of people, a lot of people. And, you know, I want to, if it's okay, call out Noor. Noor is here, and he's been at the office in UK.
Yes.
So let's hear from him.
Okay, you're talking about NURU?
Yes.
NURU, okay, there he is. All right, Nora, you are unmuted. How are you?
Hey, thank you very much, Mark, Carlos, and all the leaders who've been sharing. I really appreciate it. Carlos, you
And
called me
Nuru,
out.
by the way, congratulations, Nuru. He just became junior champion.
All right, congratulations.
Whoop, whoop. Yeah, let's get it. So, I was on a vacation in Europe the past 3 weeks. And then I had a chance to go to UK, and I was like, this is an opportunity to check on these guys. Not because that I did not believe in the opportunity, but I did it for my team. Because a lot of people, what we were saying, they've been signing up in all these scams. They never even met the CEO. They don't even know the platform. They don't even have a headquarters. I was like, let me just go there on my own time, my own money, just to meet these guys so they can believe that we are dealing with the right people. We are dealing with people. So I went there, I met the co-founder, Shweta was there, and the entire IT team was there. I was actually able to submit my orders of all our platinum cards and all the Visa cards right there in the office. They showed me how the machine is gonna work, the printing stuff and everything. Unfortunately, the guy who was supposed to print them, he didn't come that day, so I can come back with my card, but that's not a problem. So we are into something really tangible, guys, because a lot of people, the number one thing is belief. But if we've been seeing the success, we've been seeing Mark, we've been seeing Carlos, and all other leaders around the globe. So when they go and they see this company, the office, the corporate, and everything, man, it even increased their belief so high. So all my team, they wanted to know, because the number one question, they're like, are we not going into another scam? So that was a great thing. Thank you, Carlos, for giving me the opportunity.
Absolutely. And Mark, Noor here is in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, is that right? Oh man, so looking forward to meeting
yes.
you.
Oh, I'm so excited. Right now, I'm going to qualify people to come on
flyers.
the
Look, he went and got his flyers. He's ready. He's about to go canvas all over Atlanta.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we've been going for a good little while. I don't want to keep you any longer. Thank you so much for joining the training. You know, of course, tomorrow we've got the overviews, and then of course Wednesday we've got the corporate training. Make sure you get plugged in on everything, and let's just keep pushing forward. We're in the right place, everybody. The timing is right. You know, the economy is getting worse out there. You know, I get phone calls from people. People are struggling, and it's not getting any better. And so we've got something that can actually help people that's affordable. And so let's just continue to do what we're doing. So thank you, Carlos. Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Nero. Thank you, Lady V, and everybody else who spoke, Charles. We appreciate all of you. Everyone have a great evening. We'll see you on tomorrow night's call, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bye for now.